But first, more performative compassion from Anthony Albanese on anti-Semitism. There was much fanfare as Anthony Albanese launched a new action plan from his special envoy to combat anti-Semitism to tackle Jew hatred at a Sydney press conference.
Anti-Semitism has risen to deeply troubling levels in Australia.
Yes, under your watch, Albanese. This was the new report. Everyone was there to spruik the special envoy's plan to combat anti-Semitism. And yes, there are a lot of worthy recommendations in there, and I'll go through some of them shortly. But here's the sticking point. They are just recommendations. Most, bar a few of the more minor ones, have not yet been adopted. Here's the PM talking about how the government is going to take time to reflect on this.
We'll now carefully consider the report recommendations. There's a number of things in here that we are doing. There's a number of things can be implemented quickly. There are a number of things that will require work over a period of time.
But how much time will it take? We've already seen 3 Australian synagogues set alight or be attempted to be set alight in recent months, 2 in Melbourne, 1 in Sydney. Attacks on places of worship just because they're Jewish. We've seen a Melbourne restaurant violently attacked over the weekend because it's Israeli. Diners and staff terrorised. We don't need more talk, we need action. Now, here's what the government will be taking its time to consider, and I think you'll agree it's simply common sense. First, they'll look at stripping taxpayer funding from universities, academics and researchers where the recipient engages in anti-Semitic hateful speech or actions. Funding would be withheld from universities which fail to act against anti-Semitism. Holocaust and anti-Semitism education embedded into our schools. In the arts, where we've seen so many examples of artists promoting extremism and the cancellation and doxing of Jewish creatives and who were just revealed through WhatsApp chats and told that they can't be part of festivals. Well, the report recommends the efficient termination of funding where the institution of festival promotes, facilitates, or does not deal effectively with hate or anti-Semitism. In terms of our laws, the envoy wants to review them, including in respect to violent and intimidating protest activity.
We will look at whether it is now necessary to strengthen hate crime legislation, including provisions relating to not only incitement and vilification and prohibitive symbols, which we have, but actual hatred and the speaking of hatred and demonstrated hatred.
Education would be provided to police, prosecutors, the judiciary, so that the application of the law is informed by a thorough understanding of anti-Semitism. On migration, and this is a key one, it's recommended visa applicants be screened for anti-Semitic views or affiliations, and the Migration Act facilitate visa refusals or cancellations for anti-Semitic conduct and rhetoric. Considering Australia is taking in thousands of people from the terror enclave of Gaza, among other war-torn regions, this is vital for national security and cohesion. Now, this strategy adopts many of the 15 points out of the Sky News Anti-Semitism Summit and Executive Council of Australian Jewry Action Plan. I was part of that summit, moderating a panel on education and the arts, where there were also calls for a ban on encampments at university campuses. And I've got to wonder, again, why it has taken so long for this government to even get to the point where they're just considering our recommendations. We've had now almost 2 years of skyrocketing anti-Semitism, including daycare centres being bombed, schools being vandalised, the former home of a Jewish community leader targeted, all to come to this point, consideration of recommendations. Albanese tried to sound tough today, especially on the protesters calling for death and attacking a restaurant over the weekend.
I saw on the ABC the other night a woman who participated in the trashing and violence that occurred at the restaurant in Melbourne, justifying that. Justifying it. There is no justification for that whatsoever. And what's more, the idea that somehow the cause of justice for Palestinians is advanced by behaviour like that is not only delusional, it is destructive.
But the time has long passed for tough-sounding words. We need strong action and a strong leader. Unless some of these key recommendations are acted upon urgently, it's only a matter of time before someone is seriously hurt.